Hello and welcome to the Drivers Room Festival of Speed. This is Season 2, Round 1 for Tier 2. This season we are running in the Renault Sport RS01. And we're starting off at the Tokyo Expressway, the East Outer Loop, and it is raining. Let's go down to the grid and we'll do the grid walk and see how the guys got on in these conditions in qualifying. Sticking it up in pole, we have Lionessy, an independent entry to round 1, running on the intermediate tyres. Lionessy new into the driver's room, but has shown some great pace and some great strategy in the races that he has been in. Some open slots on this grid in the team, so I'm pretty sure there'll be people vying to get him into one of their seats. In second, we have Mr. Sean, also running on intermediate tyres. Sean is running for Neon Knights, our current Season 1 champions. Along with that trophy, he also picked up the win in the Lexus SC40 category for the season. I'm sure he'll be looking to carry on that form and keep the trophy with Neon Knights. In third, we have V8 Vendetta. He is also running on intermediates. V8 has dropped down from Tier 1 into Tier 2. He was running for Team Cadbury in Tier 1. Has had to move over to Non-Plus Ultra due to there being no seats available in Cadbury in Tier 2. I'm sure he'll be looking to show the Non-Plus Ultra boys what he can do. In fourth, we have Nightmare Racer. Nightmare is also on intermediates and is running for Neon Knights. I'm sure he'll be looking just to carry on his form from last season. It did dominate pretty much in Season 1 and looking to keep that trophy. Neon Knights lads don't like to share. In fifth, we have Jules running for Team Sega. He's also running on intermediate tyres. Team Sega finished third overall in the championship. And will be looking to push forward, try and climb up second, maybe first. Jules also finished second in the Lexus category, so he'll be looking to carry on that form and work his way up with Sega. In sixth, we have Jason for Team Firestorm. Team Firestorm finished fourth in the table last year. Pretty average year for the guys. Nothing really seemed to click for them. Great qualifying from Jason. He'll be looking to push forward during the race and bring home some good points. In seventh, we have Flapjack, also running on intermediate tyres. Flapjack took the class win in the Nissan GTR class for Season 1. He's also the Tier 2 champion for Season 1 for Team Pegasus. He's going to be looking to carry on that train of form, hopefully get some backing from his teammates and get up the table. In eighth, we have Murkoff, also running on intermediates. Murkoff is another driver dropping down from Tier 1 to Tier 2. Another driver to move out of Team Cadbury, this one going to Team Sega. He'll be looking to help Team Sega build on their third position from Season 1. In ninth, we have myself, Craig P, running for Team Firestorm, also running on intermediates. Going to be looking on building on last year, learning driving techniques on the wheel, and trying to build my way up the grid this season, and we'll see if we can get some points in. In 10th, we have Cafe Del Mar running on intermediates. Cafe is another independent driver for this round, putting himself out in the shop window. Cafe is a very fast driver, gets everything out of the car and more, so I'm sure there'll be a queue looking to get him signed up. In 11th, we have the voice of the driver's room, AGT Grimlock, also an independent for this round. He was running with Q8 mates last season, but that team has been disbanded. He'll be looking just for a good result after winning the endurance championship of this round and this track with his GTR. Try and replicate it in the Renault RS01. In 12th, we have the creator of Drfs, Boss, running on intermediate tyres. Boss is running for Team Pegasus and will be looking to use his very good, smooth driving skills to look after his tyres and maybe creep up the grid. A no stop is in the cards for him. In 13th, we have Monroe in the team to replace Q8 mates, JB Lads. He's running on intermediates. Monroe is the only entry for JB lads this round, so all the pressure's on him to bring some points home. In 14th we have Jamie D. Jamie D is running for Team Cadbury on intermediate tyres. Jamie had a strong season for Team Cadbury, finishing third in the Lexus standings last season. He'll be looking to get that form back and climb up the grid. Obviously, maybe not liking the car in these conditions. Starting towards the back of the grid, he'll be looking to move his way up. And last but not least, we have JC for Team Non Plus Ultra, running on intermediate tyres. JC had a steady season in a GTR last season. He'll be looking to push forward and climb up the grid today. Okay, let's get down to the action and see how they get on. So we're ready to go and we're away. Lioness with a great start. Mr. Sean slow to get away. He's going to get swamped. He's dropped down to 4th. Murkoff with a great start up into 6th. Jason up in 6th. Cafe up into 5th. Everybody's flying from the back. A few of the front guys must have struggled with getting away. And we've got Jules looking on the inside line actually through turn 1 into turn 2. And makes it stick. Bit of a bounce off the wall to get through. The line actually on the outside now. Going to be on the outside, then onto the inside for the next corner. And slots back through into 1st. Great driving from the guys from the first couple of laps in these conditions. Couple of corners, sorry, laps, getting ahead of himself. So we've got Lioness in 1st from Jules in 2nd, V8 in 3rd, followed by very closely by Cafe in 4th. Great start from Cafe, jumping right up the grid off the start. Mr. Sean in 5th, and then we've got a bit of a gap back to Flapjack, followed by Grim, followed by Jason in 8th, Murkoff in 9th, Boss in 10th, Jamie D in 11th, Nightmare Racer in 12th, myself in 13th. Monroe 14th, and JC still trying to get back up to speed at the back. Back with the leader going into the hairpin for the first time. Take it nice and steady through. Bit of tiptoeing going on right here. It's not nice in wet conditions, especially on this left-hander over the paint. The car likes to kick out as you go over it. The two front runners handled that exceptionally well and away down the straight. Cafe's broken away now from Mr. Sean. And you got V8 right up the gearbox of Mr. Sean. 3 wide behind with Murkoff, Graham and Flapjack. They're starting to settle down, and V8 is looking, made a move on Mr. Sean, maybe a little bit too early, as you see Murkoff jump out the slipstream. He's made it ahead of Mr. Sean as well. To the straight, if you go too early in the slipstream, you just give the position back. Up and all nice, neat and tidy running through. A bit of a drift from 1 or 2 of them there. Cafe very sideways trying to get the power down. Be very aggressive on the throttle, but a very quick driver. V8 now looking at the inside. And makes it stick before the next corner. Great move from V8. Grim, followed by Murkoff in 6th, Flapjack 7th, Sean. Oh, big slide there from Murkoff. Then through Flapjack and Sean. And see both Jason and myself battering the car off the side of the wall. We got Boss in 12th, Monroe 13th, Nightmare in 14th. We've lost JC. He's had enough. As we see the 2 leaders now making their way down to the hairpin. Both taking the line as you get them well hooked up on the apex there. bit of a slide in the background. Oh, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them running wide. Oh, Cafe with a big slide. Gathers up nicely after bouncing off the wall. And Grim taking a look on the outside. We're probably going to drop back in. Yeah, slots back in for the slipstream. This Cafe's picking up a double slipstream from the front. And Flapjack on his own. And then you've got Murkoff with Jammy D literally attached to his car. And you got Jason just behind. Jammy's going to get stuck there because Murkoff's going to have the slipstream from Flapjack in front. As they all break out, 3 wide in the turn 1, everybody slots around nice and sensibly. Rejoin the leaders, and Jules holding off Line Essie for the time being. Both these guys having a great race at the start of this race so far. 3 laps in, very clean, very quick driving, breaking away from the field behind. Let's just see how far they broke away. 7 seconds. V8 is back from Line Essie. V8 and a whole gaggle of cars behind Grim, Sean and Cafe. These guys have been fighting for lap 1. No major dramas, no major contacts. Grim just gets a little bit sideways on the power. Slots back in behind Cafe. Sean looking to the inside of V8 into the hairpin. V8 runs very, very wide. Lets both Sean and Cafe through. See the car's just fighting to grab the power. The grip's just not there in these damper conditions. Grim getting the slipstream from V8. And then we've got Flapjack with Murkoff right behind, looking to make a move as we come out the tunnel. And Flapjack's picking up the slipstream from in front. It's going to make it hard for Murkoff to get past. And then they have 3 wide of Jason, Boss and Jammy, with myself just at the back. See how they go into turn 1. Cameraman looking the wrong way. Jammy takes a wide line, Jason takes it inside, but Jammy holds his position. Excuse me. Yeah, Jammy doing really well there through turn 1, turn 2, breaks away a little bit from Jason. Well, Jason's patting the pressure back on, coming up towards the bridge. Tricky little section, left and right. Jammy getting a bit sideways. Jason looking up. Oh, Jason just plowed into the barrier. Don't think there was any contact from Jammy. And then your Boss behind, and then myself. Some great racing in this race so far. Nightmare Monroe at the back. Jules still ahead of Line Essie, coming down into the hairpin. There's Jules, ooh, just a little bit deep there. Car didn't want to slow down. Line Essie up on the slipstream. Jump on board the Line Essie and see how he gets on down the start finish straight. You can just see the car just being pulled along by the slipstream here. Easy. Oh, Jules a little bit wobbly there. Maybe a little bit naughty. But that's Line Essie. The path Jules tucked in behind, so that you can get slipstream attack back. I think Jules is just gonna sit back and fight another day. see it coming down through turn 2. Yeah, job's done very nicely from Lionessing. Take a look behind. Jules is running a little race of his own. A gap back to the battling pack behind, where Grim is now leading this pack from V8, Cafe, and we got Flapjack and Murkoff. Jammy's managed to pull a gap now back to his pack of Boss, Jason and myself. Oh, he gets it sideways. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, he just lost it there, and Boss had nowhere to go. Plowed straight into the side of him, allowing myself and Jason through. Jammy is struggling to get back around. It's going to drop him right back to the back of the pack. That's going to be a ruin Jammy's race for today. Back with the leaders, Lionessy and Jules coming around the hairpin. Great drive, Lionessy, same line every time. No dramas, just hooks it in and away on it. Pulled up a bit of a gap there to Jules. But Jules will have the slipstream. Sean is definitely on his own there. Cafe has got past Grim. Look at this pack. You've got from 3rd down to 8th, all fighting for 3rd position. Anyone's game at this point. Our National's a little bit deep through turn 1. But holds it nicely out. These two having a very uneventful little battle to themselves. Sean now trying to gap this group. He doesn't want to get caught up in them. It'll slow him down in his attempt to catch up with the leaders. Purple sector there from Grim. He is really pushing that gap. Sure, somebody will look at getting him into a team. He actually won this round in the Endurance Championship in his Nissan GTR with a fantastic drive. As I say that, he puts her into the wall. Gets a bit of a nudge from V8. Looks like a bit of a push or a pass through there. Side by side, 4 cars side by side isn't really going to work through there. Everyone's rear tyres now starting to give up a bit of grip as they start squirming under acceleration. Oh, Jason and myself doing synchronized crashing. Team Firestorm, we like to do things together. Boss, such a smooth operator on his tyres. Looks like he's only just started the race and we're 5 laps in. We have yellow flags. Oh, and it's Grim. Oops, he catches Jason. Let's take a look back and see if we can see what happened there. I think Jordan coming down towards the hairpin. 4th lap together. Grim in the lead. He runs a little bit wide. And V8 and Murkoff getting Murkoff nudging V8, who loses it. Push. Grim was just an absolute passenger in that one. Murkoff caught V8, who then caught Murkoff back and put him into Grim. Face planted the wall. He's back up and running. Murkoff has waited and he's getting back up and running now. Grim jumps into the pits. Good time as any after that accident. Let's jump back with the leaders, see what we've got going on. Lionessy is in front of Jules, come through turn 2. very good close racing between these guys. Oh. Line SE has got a big penalty. Let's see if we can find out what happened there. Let's take a look back. We join them on the run up to the first corner. No penalty at the moment. Something must have happened through turn 1 or turn 2. Still no contact. Nice gap between them. And Line SE gets a 7-second penalty. The world of PD and their penalty system. Nobody will ever know what that 7 seconds is for. Let's hope it doesn't affect Line SE's race. Let's just stay with them from here, as we only jumped back a short while ago. Line SE's bound to be angry about that. Hope he can keep his head clear and see out the rest of the race. As we start to approach the halfway mark, we'll see more people jumping in the pits probably. Be interesting to see if anybody tries no stopper. A few people with good tyre wear and some decent fuel at the moment that could maybe see it through. Jules is just eating his tyres a little bit more than Line SE at the moment. His fronts are a little bit more worn on his rears. Sean with some great tyre wear. Fuel could be a bit marginal, but just under half a tank coming up to halfway. Could need a pit for fuel. Cafe and his aggressive accelerating style is probably going to need to stop for tyres. His rears are starting to burn up. Decent on fuel at the minute, as I say that he loses the back end. Flapjack as well, he likes to slide the car a little bit, burning up his rears. Decent on fuel. V8, yeah, tyres not too bad. Fuel's maybe a little bit under what he would want. Possibly going to pit Jason. Yeah, his tyres are burning up. Probably going to need to stop the tyres at some point. Myself as well. Gonna need to stop. I tend to be a bit aggressive on. Oh, I stopped there. Tend to be a bit aggressive on the throttle pedal. Graham on fresh rubber. Murkoff burning up his rear tyres and coming in. 44 fuel. He's going to need fuel as well. Jammy has got some real damage. Monroe's got some front. Obviously had to come in together. Jammy's okay on fuel, but they're probably going to need tyres. He's starting to burn up his rears. Monroe's going to need tyres and maybe a splash of fuel. Jump back with the leaders. Jules is back ahead of Line SE. These two are having a great race. Very clean, respectful racing between the two of them. Exactly what we look for here in the drivers' room. And if any of you are looking for this kind of racing, come and find us on Discord. The drivers' room, there is races near every night of the week. There's plenty to keep you entertained during this lockdown period. We're always looking for new, clean, fair races to go into the hairpin. Jules just, oh, big lag spike there. Jules' tyres definitely looking worse for wear compared to Line SE. Maybe just try and pull a gap away if you can, but it's going to be difficult with Line SE getting the slipstream. Well, you see in the background there, Mr. Sean is catching. Slowly but surely, he's reeling the front to him. This could work out well for Sean if he can maybe hop up into second or even take the win. You see Line SE making a move. The Cafe has jumped into the pit. Line SE with a slipstream there, no problem past Jules. Bit of a sitting duck when you're in the lead with the second place that close behind you down that straight. Oh, excuse me. So Mr. Sean in third, closing on the front two. V8 has got a gap back to Flapjack now. Flapjack has to get back to Cafe, who just pitted, but he's back out in front of Jason. Jason looks to the inside. Oh, Jason runs a little bit wide there. Cafe wise to it though. Backs out and does the switchback underneath. Boss in it. Grim is catching him with his fresh rubber. Myself in 10th after pitting. Murkoff in 11th, also pitted. Monroe in 11th. He's got back ahead of Jamie. He still needs to pit. His tyres are looking not great. That's why he's ahead of Jamie. Jamie's going to pit, got some fresh rubber. He'll be trying to look the real Monroe in now. Lionessy has pulled a decent gap there to Jules, who has got Mr. Sean closing fast. With Jules and Sean probably going to have to pit. Jules is struggling to get the power down. The car just switching as he's asking for 100% grip, and the tyres can't do it. See Jules indicating there. I think he's going in. Yeah, it's Jules into the pit. Sean has followed him. Sean has got a litre more fuel. He might be able to jump him in the pits, depending on how much they put back in. Jules takes 51, Sean takes 51 and gets out ahead of him. But Sean is even closer now. Sean's got to be thinking about second place. V8 closing, he's going to have an overspeed on the two of them as Jason jumps into the pits. Gap back to Flapjack now, he's going to be struggling on them rear tyres. Cafe is catching on his fresh rubber. And there's Boss being caught by Grim. Grim's on the fresh rubber. Boss still hasn't pitted. Although look at those tyres, you'd think he pitted a couple of laps ago, but he hasn't. Then you've got myself being followed by Jason after his pit. Not going to fight my teammate over position, just let him through. He had the better line. Murkoff slowly catching behind. Monroe and Jamie fighting up in the turn one. Monroe goes defensive. Jamie hanging around the outside with better tyres. No, but looks for the switchback. And he gets the inside in turn two. That's Jamie up the 12th. Monroe really struggling on them tyres now. So we need to jump in and get a new set. Nancy just struggling to get the power down. Car didn't want to go down. You see Jules and Sean still battling behind. It's going to be music to learn as he is. Seeing those two on the radar battling. See what the time gap is. 15.5 seconds. Jules to Lionessy. He can make his fuel and tyres last, and there'll be a no stop of Lionessy in the win with that gap. I see V8 diving in. See Flapjack past. Cafe is just coming past as V8 comes out, so V8's dropped down 2 places. That's going to have slightly better tyres than Cafe and much better tyres than Flapjack, who could become a sitting duck in these next few laps. These two guys are very fast and they're on much better rubber in these conditions now. See Grim has got past Boss. As he kisses the wall, just his superior tyres giving him better grip. And then Jason still ahead of myself in 9th and 10th. Murkoff behind. Jamie and Monroe jumping into the pits. So we've got 7 minutes left in this race. Linus, who just set the fastest lap of the race on warm tyres. Then the guys on fresh rubber, a 2:07.1. That's gonna be, yeah, that was the lap the guys pitted in by the looks of it. Just making most of the time while they were off the track. Big slide, controls it well. Doesn't want to come out. That hairpin is a disaster on the wet, especially when your tyres get worn. Car keeps trying, but the tyres just say no. Sean still ahead of Jules. Even there with the fresher tyres, Jules struggling to get the power down. Sean's going to have the run on him now in the slipstream down the start finish straight. Jump on board with Sean. Jules trying to evade the slipstream. As you can just see Sean catching and catching. He's going to have the overspeed in turn 1, looking for the inside line. Jules just keeps ahead. Sean wisely backs out. No point lunging at this point of the race after all his work to get up there. Your Cafe has Gordon past Flapjack. We thought that would happen, and Cafe is past. V8's not too far behind. He'll be looking, if he knows Flapjack hasn't pitted, he'll be looking to get on the back of him and get past. And Graham making up a nice gap to Boss now. Boss still hasn't pitted, but his tyres still don't look like they've run 25 minutes of this race. And you got Jason and myself just dropped off the back of him a little bit. Yeah, Jason was about near a second faster last lap. Murkoff slowly catching myself. Jammy D on his recovery drive in a bit of a land by himself. Monroe at the back. And Lioness, it looks like he's fuel saving. Not even revving halfway. Just dropping roughly a second a lap over the last 2 laps. See what the gap's like now. Down to 13.5 seconds. He's lost 2 seconds to the guys behind, but 4 minutes left to go. It looks like it's in the bag, and it's going to be a no stopper. Sean has got ahead of Jules. Probably using the slipstream out of the hairpin. Unless Jules had a bit of a incident at the hairpin, because he's got a bit of a gap to him now. Cafe just streaming away from Flapjack, even though Flapjack and the slipstream just can't live with Cafe's pace with the fresher tyres. And V8 is really catching now. He'll be like a shark smelling blood, looking to go in for the kill. Graham with his gap to Boss, looking good for 7th. Jason, Murkoff's got past myself. I must have had an issue at the hairpin myself, maybe. Murkoff got me up the straight. Jammy D, Monroe. Yeah, Lioness is just gonna coast to the end of this race now. Short shift, save fuel. No need to push. A great race, great strategy by Lioness. It's gonna be a queue waiting to sign this fella up. It'll be a great addition to any team. And see Pat Simpson on his bonnet. Sean's actually pulled out quite a gap to Jules now. Jules has burned his tyres up a little bit more, but car just doesn't want to exit out the hairpin for Jules. It just wants to spin. Cafe drifting, somebody running wide. There's Flapjack struggling to keep her in a straight line. his front's wearing as well now. He's going to struggle at that hairpin. And V8 catching right up on him now. Got a minute and a half left, so he should be able to get him. I'm going to be going on to the last lap. He's looking around the outside. He's just got superior grip around the outside with those fresher tyres. And he's passed a great move from V8 there, very patient. Slots up with the better tyre grip around the outside. Flapjack, nothing he could do. Grim, safe from anybody. Same for Boss. Jason looks safe now in 9th. Murkoff in 10th with myself. Putting pressure. Jammy in 12th. And then Monroe in 13th, coming up to his last lap. As we see Linus, you come down to hairpin for the final time. A great race, great strategy. Made the no-stop work. Car doesn't look like he wants to turn much anymore, but doesn't need to. Straight run down to the finish line now to pick up the win for round 1. We've got Sean. He actually set the fastest lap last lap at 2:06.7. He's going to get the fastest lap for this race. Coming home in 2nd. Jules coming home in a safe 3rd. Great race from Jules to the start. Him and Nessie battled very well. Cafe coming home in 4th. Sure somebody looking to get him signed up as well. A great result from him, starting from 10th. V8 in 5th. Flapjack in 6th. Just lost those 2 positions down to that tyre wear. Grim coming home in 7th. Boss in 8th. Jason in 9th. Oh, Murkoff's had an issue out of the hairpin and I've jumped in for 10th. If you offer it out to me for free, I will definitely take it. So myself coming home in 10th, Murkoff in 11th, Jammy D coming home in 12th, Monroe is going to come home in 13th. Thanks very much guys, and we'll see you next week for round 2.